Hello and welcome to April's edition of Cycling Weekly's Tech of the Month, where each month we bring you some of the coolest products that are out there in the cycling world. So I'm going to start, and I've brought what I think is the most bling product that I think you can put on your bike. You got any ideas?
A diamond encrusted, no?
Well, close. It's actually this. It's not diamond encrusted.
But it is gold.
But yeah. Well,
Close enough.
They do it in different colours.
It's not real gold?
No, it's not real gold. It's a sort of anodized gold. But they do different colours. But this is a limited special edition one that comes in gold, which is seriously bling. Now, this is an oversized derailleur pulley wheel system that goes on your rear derailleur instead of the normal one. It just fits on a standard Shimano derailleur. They do a SRAM one as well. And yeah, it's intended to save 2.4 watts, at least 2.4 watts over a standard rear mech cage.
Right. So what's that in real talk? Seconds? What's that saving you?
So 2.4 watts, you can say, would equate to roughly 10 seconds in a 25-mile time trial.
That's pretty significant.
The way it works and the way it saves you watts is because it actually puts the chain through a bigger effective angle. So a smaller wheel, these are 17-tooth wheels, whoppers, and so the chain actually goes through a much tighter angle, and this actually increases friction in the chain. And this is something that has been independently verified by sites such as Friction Facts. And they've backed up the claims of manufacturers of these systems that yes, they do save some marginal, but they do save some watts.
So why don't the major manufacturers use larger jockey wheels?
That is a good question, and maybe they will start to in the future. Yeah, I mean, they're made in Denmark. They come with a 6-year warranty, so it's a quality product. This cage is actually carbon fibre, so it's very light. It's only about 55 grams, and it just looks ridiculously bling. So,
but you do need a gold chain to go with it.
Yeah. Now the downside to this is the price. Okay, it costs a ridiculous amount of money. This is a serious marginal gain, right? I mean, 500 quid is a lot of money, right? That's what you're looking at. But you know, my argument is that, yeah, I mean, I'm not advising people go out and buy this, but if you're looking, if you've done everything else, if you've, thought about your diet, you've got as fit as you can be, you've optimized your bike and all the rest of it, and you're looking to save watts, and 10 seconds could be the difference between winning and losing, then this represents the pinnacle, I think, in upgrades that you can do to your bike. And it's just a pretty cool piece of tech. But yeah, so Paul, what have you got this month?
I have Mark Cavendish's helmet.
Okay.
Which is a Met Manta. So it's an aero road helmet, as you can see. Cav obviously wears it in Dimension Data colours rather than this one, which comes in Cavendish Foundation colours of sort of emerald green and grey. And I've been riding it around, which is why it looks a bit muddy and got some scratches on it. So it's a pretty comfortable helmet. It's quite light too, because that's coming in at 250 grams, which is lighter than a lot of size large aero helmets.
So it feels nice having Mark Cavendish's helmet on your head.
It feels lovely. It definitely makes me go faster too.
And how does Mark Cavendish's helmet feel in your hands?
It feels very smooth and comfortable, yeah. Yes.
Mark Cavendish's helmet's quite shiny, isn't it?
It is, it's very shiny, yes. But it's matte on top.
And it's quite a large helmet.
It is, it's a very large helmet, but then I've got a very large head too.
Okay.
Behave yourself. So it looks like there's what's the padding like inside? From what I can see, it's might be a bit minimal. Is that to save weight, do you think, or?
I think it's more about the ventilation and because you've got quite large channels through here. And so it's about getting good ventilation through it, particularly at the front where you don't have any vents. just getting the air circulation, but it's actually pretty comfortable.
Now, I've bought something a bit more conventional than massive jockey wheels or Mark Cavendish's helmet. I have bought some saddles, which are very exciting, if I do say so myself. So this is a Selle San Marco Concor Supercorsa saddle in a beautiful original design with the logo on the back. This is, the design from the 80s. Now this saddle isn't actually from the 80s. This is still made today. You can buy this saddle.
It's very retro
in
looking,
this design. It's very retro looking, yeah, and that's something they've wanted to keep if they've wanted to keep that legacy. This was a very famous saddle in the 80s. So like I was saying, you can buy this now if you want to put this on your bike.
There's a big retro thing. People have a lot of retro bikes. People cherish their old steel bikes.
Absolutely.
So that's really the market they're aiming for, is it?
With
people
this,
who are looking
yeah, people who are probably looking for that retro bling on their bike with those the gold rails on the bottom, and this it's called Rhino leather on the top.
Is that made from real rhinos?
I like to think not, and for €94, I highly doubt it's made from real rhinos, but who knows? But it is quite grippy. That will keep you in place quite nicely, and it's got this real wave to it. More of a wave than you'd see on modern saddles, I think. I think that wave design has been toned back a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a physique Alianti. You can sort of see that.
Yeah, it's really takes it to the extreme. You can
So
really,
what's the new one you've got then?
This is this, but from the modern era. So this is the Concor redesigned. This is the Supercomfort model.
No longer made from rhinos?
No, no longer made from rhinos.
What animal's this one made from?
Maybe a jaguar, orangutan. No, nothing quite as rare as that. This is reimagined, super lightweight, with extra comfort. It's a very nice saddle, actually. I have been putting the miles in on this. I found it very comfortable.
And you find it comfortable with the cutout, because it's quite a large cutout relative to the flat part of the saddle.
Yes, it is a big cutout. You're right, but I actually do find that quite comfortable. I've only recently started riding saddles with the cutout, but I think it's nice. I like taking the pressure off down there. Yeah, this is quite a light saddle. You don't notice it on the bike, and it's comfortable to sit on. So what bike have you brought us today, Ollie?
This beast. This absolute beast. It's a Pulley Altum, our frame set, which we've actually built up to have the new dura-ace group set on. And we're really using it as a bike to test the new dura-ace group set. But yeah, I mean, Pulley make beautiful frames, and they're not just nice to look at, but they ride really well as well. Yeah. But the big thing here, the new dura-ace, which I've been testing out. So this is the mechanical group set. It's totally different, especially around the front mech. You no longer have a barrel adjuster. The barrel adjuster is integrated into the front mech. And when you do it the first time, it feels very fiddly, but that's only because you're not used to it. But once you do actually set up the front mech, and if you follow the Shimano, and I'd give this advice to anyone that gets the new dura-ace, download the Shimano user manual for it that's on the Shimano website, and just follow it to the letter, because it's all there, all the information you need is there, and it's very good, but you do need to precisely follow the instructions. But once you do, it works beautifully. But there's a really neat little thing where you can make sure you get your cable tension perfect on the front mech, because there's a little line on the adjuster. So as you turn the Allen key, it actually moves the lines together, and you can actually see that the cable tension is perfect, rather than just sort of winging it and trying it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is a different setup to how it sets up, but it's a better design. I'm convinced by that. And yeah, there's a lot of little improvements here and everywhere. Aside from that, I mean, changing gear, the shifter action is lighter, and it just feels a little bit more crisp than before. And it helps when you know you've got the cable tension perfect. And one of the biggest things I've noticed is the brakes, actually. So these brakes on this are just a single mount caliper, but the single mount caliper now feels comparable to a direct mount caliper on the old brakes. They've actually beefed up the calipers quite a bit and made them a lot stiffer. I mean, they claim something like 60% stiffer or something. I mean, we can't verify that, but once you actually ride them and you apply those brakes, you can feel that they are significantly stiffer and stronger when they pinch in.
Yeah.
And they just feel they're a lot better brakes.
Yeah.
And another detail I've noticed is this linkage system here at the back. So it's like a mountain bike linkage system on the rear mech, and this really helps with rear wheel removal. So especially if you've got bolt-through axles, which this bike doesn't, but it does help getting the mech out the way so you can get wheels in and out quicker. So that's our bike of the month. Beautiful Parley Altamar with the new Shimano R9 group set on. So that's everything for this month. Hopefully join us next month where we'll have some more exciting products and an even cooler bike of the month. We've just got in a couple of really good ones. A new Trek Madone Race Shop Limited, and a white just came in as well. I just saw just before we did this. That's got the new SRAM ETAP HRD group set. So if you'd like to see either of those, then maybe the one that gets the most comments, we might pick that as bike of the month next month. So let us know. Until then, see you later. What's your favourite thing about Mark Cavendish's helmet, Paul?
It's so smooth on top.
Yeah? Oh. How does Mark Cavendish's helmet make you feel?
You will have to ask his wife that.